Hello, welcome to Talking About Life with Lily podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. So, today we are going to be talking about men, advocacy for men. The reason why I said this was because I'm just going to tell you what happened to me today. Just chill, relax, and just be on this journey with me. So, today I was, rounding up my project and there was a certain man that was supposed to bind my project. And so while he was binding my project, I was told to sit by him. So he offered me his chair because normally he would sit while he binds my work, but he offered me his chair and I sat and I watched him through the process. And how he was cutting, how he was sweating, how he was cutting the paper, and how he was doing a lot of things with regards to working so hard to give me like a precise, perfect binded project. And in the midst of it all, I was just like praying and I was just saying, God bless him. Like, bless his hands, bless his job. I saw him kneel down to sweat. I saw him nail things. I saw, like, even before that, he even went to pick his children from school. This is a father, a husband, and an entrepreneur, you know, doing binding projects for students, not doing projects because I understand that some people might think my what I'm saying out of context, but he binds project, like he puts the back of the project, he merges it with the copies of the project or the data of the project. So what really struck out to me was the fact that men do work hard. It's not like it didn't strike me before. Men do work hard. Like men wake up in the morning. I mean, I was just imagining. I was having conversations with him, and I was just like, "May God bless you. Like, bless your handwork. Bless your handwork." Because I understand what it means to. I mean, I don't understand it fully because I'm not a father myself, but I understand what it means to really do all you can in that aspect of things. And so, to be able to watch him go to school, pick up his children from school, come back to work to buy my project and allow me to sit down on his chair and just I saw him sweating. There was not even like I saw him sweating, I saw him measuring it to make it accurate. He will even try to tell me, is this fine? I mean, I understand the whole thing of it's his job, he's supposed to do it, but it's like, really? Is that what we're going to say? This is a man that is working hard. And while I was having conversations with him, he was just basically telling me that even in the midst of all these things, there's still some people that still disregard men. People still disregard men. People still think men are worthless. People still think, this mediocre job, you are worthless and you have nothing to offer. And I was just taking all he was saying in, and I was just thinking to myself. And I saw his daughter. His daughter sat beside me and was saying, "Daddy, I can do this, I can do that." You know, I we need to start appreciating men. I understand that this our society has made it in such a way that, men are worthless. Men are, even if they don't say it audibly, they say it subconsciously and just sort of find a way to say it in such a way to portray their views. But men, there are still good men out there. There are still men that go to and the funny thing is, many times we brush over the men that are actually working hard. To us, to people, not just to us, to people. Let me just put it that way. To people, it is mediocre jobs. The job is not enemy. It's not going to make me a millionaire. It's not going to take care of me. So they are worthless men. But it's like I sat on that stool and I watched him. I watched the man cater to his job diligently, precisely. Think about that. A man that will go to school to pick up his children. And literally, he was telling me that his wife is his best friend. That he doesn't have much friends. He's just satisfied with his wife being his best friend, and you know, his children are his world, and just having that sanity. Because the world nowadays is dangerous. You can't even trust anybody because anybody can come in and, say all sorts of things to his wife, like, your husband is not doing this for you, your husband is not doing that for you. And before you know it, problems start happening in the home. And he pointed out, luckily for him, his wife also considers him to be her best friend. And so to me, I just found it really beautiful. I found it beautiful. I found it inspiring. I found it worthwhile. Men work hard. And I'm talking to my women, my fellow women. I understand that, some men out there have been extremely um brutal with regards to the way they have handled things, the way they have responded, with the way they have acted out, and all those things. It might be as a result of trauma. It might be not as a result of trauma. It might be as a result of lack of responsibility. You know, background check. Childhood and training and whatnot. But still, despite the fact that they are indeed men that don't act like men, we should not still disregard the fact that they are still real men that work hard, wake up in the morning, take their children to school, pick their children up. That doesn't mean that the wife is making him a footstool. Because there are some people that can take this storyline and this story out of context and just run wild with their imaginations. But it is so important to pinpoint the fact that there are still men that are amazing, that are fathers, that work hard. I mean, just sitting. Obviously, I paid him for the job. Obviously, he's supposed to work hard, but it's like to see somebody really, really diligently want to do all they can for the sake of their family, for sanity, for peace, for fulfillment. Men that don't do fraudulent jobs but do authentic jobs, that are fathers, that understand what marriage should be. I mean, for a man to say my wife is my best friend, I mean, I don't have much friends. That is to me, that is beautiful, that is amazing, that is fantastic. I just sat on my chair and I was just praying for him. God bless his business, bring more customers, multiply his business, just bless him. And I was just thinking of this scripture that, a man that does not work hard is worse than an infidel. That does not go out to work, rather. That does not work, basically. It is so important that we, in as much as indeed there are men that don't act like this, we should not still make it as though men don't have some sort of worth in the society. We talk about women many times. That's not to disregard the fact that women need their rights and need their advocacy as well. But this video is particularly this topic is particularly talking about, we need to still applaud the men that work hard. This slands of um a man has to be a certain way before, he has to have millions of dollars in his account, or millions of naira or USD or whatever, before he's regarded as a man. That's not to say that, money isn't good, but like at the end of the day, like it is worthwhile to have a father and a man that understands his role, that works hard, that considers his children as his fulfillment, that considers his wife as his best friend, that takes care of the home, that works hard. I mean, I saw him sweating and I'm like, God bless him. There are men out there that work hard. There are men out there that are honest. There are men out there. It's just that many times we walk over them because we think, there's not much money in your account. There's not much money in his account. So probably he is not worth it. I'm not saying, you know, as women, that means I'm saying, just hang around people that don't have money. You should have your own money as well. Don't just keep looping onto men that have. You should be able to have something going. But don't disregard the fact that they are honest men that work hard. They might not be on the newspapers, they might not be on the magazines, yeah, they might not be on Forbes, they might not be on the popular newspapers and journals and articles. They are behind the scenes working hard, taking care of the kids, thinking about their family, picking their children from school. To me, that's a man. To me. So, in as much as we highlight toxicity in the society, we should also highlight the fact that there are indeed men that are real men, that are father figures, that work hard, that do all they can for the sake of their family. And may God bless them. And indeed, we need more advocacy for men. You know, men deserve it, the real ones. So, so thank you for tuning into this podcast. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.